Hello guys, welcome to my new video. 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 Expert Review. Alex Leans once the name of a humdrum electric car. Ioniq now signifies Hyundai's F-range, of which the Ioniq 5 is a standout. This rad-looking electric crossover debuted for the 2022 model year, packing performance and electric driving capabilities aimed at elevating Hyundai to the top of the F market. Following its win in our 2023 SUV of the Year competition, the Ioniq 5 receives a few feature updates for 2024. Competitors to the 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 include the Nissan Ariya, Ford Mustang Mach-E, and Volkswagen ID.4. Collapse all Chevron. What's new? Chevron digital rear view mirror, unlimited trim, Wi-Fi hotspot functionality, added rear side airbags become standard, steering wheel haptic feedback for driver assist features, Disney 100 Platinum Edition available. Ioniq 5N arriving for the 2025 model year. What we think Chevron for too long. No automaker could dethrone Tesla in creating appealing and reasonably affordable electric SUVs. The Model Y sold in droves while mainstream carmakers could only come up with tepid responses. When the Ioniq 5 arrived, the tables turned. Finally, there was an F that could keep up with Tesla. The Ioniq 5 is cheaper than its Tesla counterpart, but charges faster, has more feature content, is quieter, has a nicer interior, and can go just about as far on a charge. It looks the part, retro-inspired yet futuristic. Inside, its cabin is tremendously spacious while integrating clever feature and functionality details. Its form factor suits it well to be a versatile everyday crossover. That's even before considering the Ioniq 5's driving manners and electric powertrain capabilities. The Model Y is sportier, but the Ioniq 5's acceleration is plenty quick, and its chassis strikes a nice balance between comfort and handling. Skewing even slightly further toward plushiness would be appreciable, though. Given how quickly the Ioniq 5 can recharge, living with it absent home charging is easy, as we're finding with our long-term review vehicle. Hyundai hit it out of the park with the Ioniq 5, as indicated by its win at our 2023 SUV of the Year competition. Drivers considering their first F or those experienced in the lifestyle will find plenty to enjoy about the Ioniq 5. From its driving manners to impressive technical capabilities. Moreover, what it does for Hyundai's status in the industry shouldn't be ignored. If the brand's future Fs are as good as this, Tesla might need to watch out. Performance, range, and charging. Chevron entry-level Ioniq 5 models, referred to as standard range, have a 58 kWh battery. That powers a rear motor producing 168 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. On the subject of range, it comes in at 220 miles. Higher-end Ioniq 5 models get a larger 77.4 kWh battery. A rear motor configuration is available with 225 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. Range for this Ioniq 5 comes in at 303 miles, the most in the lineup. A dual-motor AWD powertrain is also available with the 77.4 kWh battery. These two motors combine to produce 320 horsepower and 446 pounds-feet of torque. In our testing, that's good for a 0 to 60 miles per hour launch of just 4.4 seconds. Range rates at 260 miles. Exclusive to the Ioniq 5N, for now, is an 84.0 kWh battery, which powers a dual-motor AWT layout. Together, these motors make up to 650 horsepower, which should let the Ioniq 5N launch to 60 miles per hour in about 3.0 seconds. Range likely won't be great, perhaps around 200 miles. Most Ioniq 5 models can charge at up to 239 kilowatts, a relatively fast rate. The N version goes up to 350 kilowatts. Hyundai claims a 10-80% recharging time of just 18 minutes under ideal conditions. We've observed similar performance from our Ioniq 5 long-term review vehicle, which during one session on a 350 kilowatt charger went from 7-80%, or 14 miles of range to 198 miles, in 20 minutes. Ioniq 5N, the sporty SUV, is almost here. Chevron with its dual-motor powertrain, the Ioniq 5 is pretty quick. But that's not really a surprise, it's NF, after all. For Hyundai's in-performance tuning division, simply being quick wasn't an or for the Ioniq 5 had the potential to be legitimately sporty. Enter the Ioniq 5N, new to the lineup for 2024. In transforming the Ioniq 5 to N-spec, Hyundai engineers pulled out all the stops, integrating hardware and technology never before seen in a high-performance F. The Ioniq 5N has wild features aimed at adding fun, such as selectable torque distribution, a drift mode, simulated engine sounds, and high-power regenerative braking. There's even an imitation dual-clutch transmission. Furthermore, it gains a rear windshield wiper, a feature sorely missing from other Ioniq 5 models. As our drive of a prototype indicated, the Ioniq 5N might raise the bar for what's expected from sporty electric vehicles in the future. Safety ratings and features. Chevron every Ioniq 5 comes equipped with a slew of driver assist and active safety features. Among these are front automatic emergency braking, rear cross-traffic alert with automatic braking, side cross-traffic alert, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, and automatic high beams. On the high-end limited trim, a camera view of the vehicle's blind spots is projected in the gauge cluster when the turn signals are activated. Additionally, that model has a 360-degree camera. Expect the 2024 Ioniq 5 to get the same impressive safety scores it did in years past. From the NASA, the Ioniq 5 earned a 5-star overall safety rating, the highest, in 2022 and 2023. From the IS, the 2023 Ioniq 5 received Top Safety Pick Plus designation, the agency's top accolade. Hyundai Ioniq 5 child car CTs of use rating. Chevron, like it does with crashworthiness and driver assistance systems, evaluates vehicles' child CTs of use. Not all vehicles get rated, but the ones that do need to have 2 rear seats with a complete set of anchors and a third seating position with at least an upper tether anchor. The 2024 Ioniq 5 receives an acceptable rating for car CTs of use, the rating just below good. That means it met most of its 5 criteria on anchor accessibility, attachment force, and understandable hardware for each seating position. Testing details indicate positions with full hardware, or the outboard rear seats, had lower anchors that were too deep in the seat. An Ioniq 5 cell was used for the evaluation, and the rating applies to 2022 to 2024 models. Cargo space and interior room. Chevron inside the Ioniq 5, there's a generous amount of space for passengers and cargo. the long wheelbase allows for plenty of second-row legroom. Additionally, there's a small, less than 1.0 cubic foot, trunk under the hood. Technology Chevron on all Ioniq 5 trim levels, a dual display infotainment setup comprising two 12.3-inch screens is equipped. The one ahead of the driver serves as the instrument cluster, while the one beside it is the infotainment touchscreen. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are included. Over-the-air updates are possible, but not necessarily easy to get. There are 3 USB ports in the front row and 2 in the second row. Higher-end trims get a wireless charging pad up front. On the high-end limited trim, a head-up display, Bose premium audio system, and, new for 2024, digital rear-view mirror are added. Hidden Mickeys and a little markup. 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 Disney 100 Platinum Edition Chevron. This collaboration between Disney and Hyundai aims to add a little magic to the Ioniq 5. The 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 Disney 100 Platinum Edition features gravity gold matte exterior paint, Disney 100 Platinum Edition front fender badging, black Hyundai badges on the front and rear, a trim-exclusive terra brown and mud grey interior, Disney 100 logos embossed on the front headrests and center console armrest, and floor mats with Disney 100 logos. The Ioniq 5's front and rear door trim receives Disney-themed accents, and the infotainment system plays Disney music with accompanying pixie dust graphics. In the spirit of the hidden Mickeys that are sprinkled throughout Disney park properties, the Ioniq 5 Disney 100 Platinum Edition rolls on 20-inch wheels that nod to the three-circle shape of the mouse's cartoon head. Only 1,000 units will be produced and pricing totals $60,775. Recommended trim Chevron. Our choice in the 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5 range is the Salt trim, one step below the range-topping limited trim. Crucially, we'd opt for the large battery single rear motor powertrain, which isn't as quick or powerful as the dual motor setup but returns appreciably longer range. Even in Salt trim, the Ioniq 5 is generously equipped, coming with many driver aids, an upscale and tech-forward interior, and impressive electric driving capabilities. It lacks niceties found on the limited trim, such as a panoramic glass roof, driver's seat ottoman, and ventilated front seats. However, it has color-adjustable ambient lighting, a heated steering wheel, upgraded interior upholstery, and other benefits over the entry-level Salt trim. Considering that the Ioniq 5 SL starts at about $49,000, about $2,000 more than the Say, we think it's worth the outlay. Ioniq 5 versus Ioniq 6, what's the difference? Chevron. You might think that a larger number indicates a larger car, but that's not necessarily the case with Hyundai's electric models. Following up the Ioniq 5, Hyundai revealed the Ioniq 6, which despite having a higher number in its name is actually smaller and sleeker. In essence, the Ioniq 5 is a crossover while the Ioniq 6 is a sedan. The two vehicles share fundamental similarities, but are built for different purposes. Check out our specs comparison to see what the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 have in common. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel and like my video.